I'm looking at him as a saint going to a party that ain't nothing but sin, drinking, maybe fornication. I know he got a contract with Revolt, so I'm just like, it's just real strange that he would be found at any kind of Diddy party.
So it turns out that TD Jakes isn't exactly in the clear yet, as his past has come back to haunt him.
Rumors about TD Jakes being involved in these various situations and so forth. Not to say it's real.
No, listen.
I'm not saying it's real, but TD Jakes was trending.
And I shook my head, not to say that's ridiculous. I shook my head to say, unfortunately, I don't put nothing past nobody no more.
In January, over at the First Baptist Church of Glenarden International, Bishop T.D. Jakes didn't stick to the confines of the lectern at the center stage of the massive church. Nope, he was on the move, pacing back and forth in his sharp dark suit and striped tie, clutching a handheld microphone that he swapped between his hands. Sometimes he directed his words to the sea of predominantly black congregants who filled the space for the annual revival kickoff, and at other moments, he turned his attention towards the clergy and choir members stationed on the sprawling stage. In his signature charismatic style, the Dallas-based televangelist delivered a message that stirred the crowd's spirits on January 5th. "The Holy Spirit brought me all the way to the DMV to deliver this message. This is your year to pivot," he declared, prompting cheers and applause from the Washington, D.C. area audience, many of whom leapt to their feet. "You need to surround yourself with those who can pivot because they're still following who you used to be. But now, they need to follow who you've become." Even as he delved into the biblical tale of Joshua taking over from Moses, you wouldn't guess that just 2 weeks prior, rumors swirling around on social media hinted at potential changes in Jake's own leadership position. While some of his ministries and businesses issued statements addressing the gossip, Jake seemed to brush off the rumors as mere bumps in the road rather than anything substantial. From his humble beginnings as a storefront pastor in West Virginia, Bishop T.D. Jakes has seen his influence soar. He made the move to the Dallas area back in 1996, founding the Potter's House, which has since blossomed into a non-denominational megachurch boasting multiple locations and a membership exceeding 30,000, as reported by the Dallas Morning News. Back in 2001, Time magazine threw the spotlight on the traveling evangelist, wondering aloud, could this be the next Billy Graham? Fast forward to today, and he's not just leading various ministries and businesses, he's rubbing elbows with top-tier executives and A-list celebrities. But with great connections come great scrutiny, and unfortunately, some juicy rumors too. In May, Anthea Butler, the chair of religious studies at the University of Pennsylvania, aired her concerns in her column on MSNBC. She questioned Bishop T.D. Jakes' recent decade-long partnership with Wells Fargo and Company, which he claimed aimed to tackle issues like food deserts and housing affordability in places like Atlanta and beyond. In her words, by teaming up with a financial giant like Wells Fargo, a company often accused of racially biased lending practices, Jakes might unintentionally be harming the very black community he's trying to uplift. Butler likened the partnership to sending the fox to guard the henhouse. Kelly Cornish stepped into the role of CEO at the TD Jakes Foundation in April, following her tenure as a diversity, equity, and inclusion executive at Wells Fargo. She's now spearheading initiatives aimed at making a real difference, like constructing 300 affordable homes in a new development in Atlanta, complete with retail spaces and schools. Plus, she's working to bring a much-needed grocery store to an area outside the city that's currently underserved. In a recent interview with Religion News Service, Cornish responded to criticisms by emphasizing the importance of collaboration for positive change. She acknowledged past missteps, but emphasized the Foundation's commitment to course correction and community impact. Now, onto some more recent events. Allegations have surfaced regarding Bishop T.D. Jakes' involvement in sexual misconduct at parties hosted by hip-hop mogul Sean Diddy Combs. There have been unverified claims, including a TikTok and YouTube video alleging Jakes engaged in gay sex at these gatherings. Additionally, a talk show host accused him of improper behavior with a young man.
He making the Christians look real bad right about now.
And you've been to these parties, right?
Oh yeah, I was there when he was doing the white parties in the Hamptons and the whole 9 yards. You know, where people used to go to, separate rooms and different rooms, and they wasn't doing that out in the public. But now they don't care. Men kissing men and all this other.
While Jakes, 66, wasn't available for an interview during the early January revival, he did address the allegations indirectly during his Christmas Eve sermon. Asserting his commitment to preaching truth from the pulpit, he hinted at a future opportunity to address the claims more directly. When pressed for a statement, Jakes' ministry responded unequivocally, denouncing the allegations as false and baseless. Jordan A. Hora, the executive director of PR and communications for TD Jakes Group, TD Jakes Ministries, and the Potter's House, condemned the spread of misinformation and affirmed Jakes' dedication to his global mission of compassion, service, and ministry, despite the challenges posed by such allegations. Derek Williams, the executive vice president of TD Jakes Entertainment, stepped in to address Jakes' ties to Sean Diddy Combs, who chaired Revolt Media and TV. This media company announced in 2021 that it would feature a sermon series hosted by Jakes. Williams made it clear that during a celebration for Combs' birthday, Bishop Jakes, in his role as CEO of TD Jakes Entertainment, paid respects to Combs. They exchanged greetings, Jakes recorded a quick birthday message, and then they promptly moved on to other scheduled appointments. Williams emphasized that any claims suggesting otherwise are completely baseless and untrue. Despite some of the companies associated with Jakes staying mum on the rumors, several of his colleagues and collaborators have rallied in support. Pastor John K. Jenkins, Sr. of First Baptist Glenarden and board chair of the National Association of Evangelicals, who co-hosted the January revival with leaders from DC's Greater Mount Calvary Holy Church, voiced his support. He dismissed the accusations, highlighting Jakes' intelligence and credibility. Bishop Jakes is too smart to do something that these people are accusing him of, Jenkins stated firmly. Joshua Dubois, CEO of Values Partnerships and a recent collaborator with Jakes on mental health campaigns for Black and Hispanic men, as well as faith leaders, echoed this sentiment. In a January interview, he described Jakes as a leader focused on enduring truths rather than getting caught up in fleeting cultural controversies. In 2022, Cora Jakes Coleman, the eldest daughter of Bishop T.D. Jakes, made headlines when she filed for divorce from her husband, Richard Coleman. The situation took a troubling turn when Richard faced accusations of sexually abusing their adopted daughter. Cora and Richard's journey began with a beautiful wedding ceremony back in June 2011, where her father not only walked her down the aisle, but also officiated the proceedings. The event captured attention, especially with photos circulating of Cora glowing in custom-made, sparkling, crystal-encrusted suede Christian Louboutin pumps. Their marriage faced its share of challenges, particularly in their struggle with infertility. Despite their difficulties conceiving, they chose the path of adoption, welcoming 2 children into their family, a daughter named Amori and a son named Jason. Their openness about their adoption journey made them motivational speakers, advocating for destigmatizing adoption. However, in January 2022, Cora shocked many by announcing their decision to split. In her statement, she emphasized the need for privacy and asked for prayers as she focused on herself and her children's well-being. At the time, the exact reasons behind the divorce remained undisclosed. Subsequently, rumors swirled about the cause of the split, with speculation ranging from infidelity to pandemic-related stress. However, the situation took a darker turn when reports emerged alleging that Richard had been arrested on child molestation charges. According to popular Christian vlogger Larry Reed, Richard's arrest was for assault involving their adopted daughter, who was just 13 years old. Sources close to the family suggested that the abuse might have extended beyond inappropriate touching. Richard was taken into custody on the evening of May 4th, facing serious allegations that shook the community. So is TD Jakes what he makes himself out to be? Let me know in the comments.